junction here sucks. We're just going to do the last little bit, maybe the first 40, and pretty much got our homework done. And, you know, Saturday's race day, I'm just going to hammer it down and see what happens. Truck's dialed and did all the shock testing, so it's all ready to go. Just go through tech and then get in there and go. You need to win this race and get smart and go fast.
You take off at San Felipe and there's just a wall of people both sides and you're doing over 100 miles an hour and they're all cheering you. Sometimes I think they try to touch the truck, but you know, it's always a good time, and that's why we're down there, all the fans and people cheering you on, and there's probably 10,000–15,000 people all watching you and cheering you on and, you know, having a good time. So that's why we're down there, and it's always an adventure when you go down there and you're, you know, I mean, where else can you do 120 miles an hour? You know, people on both sides and there's not much room for error.
Ryan Destel, I'm co-driver and crew chief for Green Army. I co-drive with Justin in the number 85 trophy truck. As I'm co-driving with Justin, I got to monitor all the gauges, everything that's going on with the truck. I also talk to the pits and deal with some strategy when we have fuel stints that may not work out the way we had planned. I also am there to change a tire at any time if we get a flat. Luckily we didn't have any in this race. When it gets really dusty, it gets tough. You can't really see where you're going. So he relies a lot more on me to navigate him through the dust and make sure we stay on course and not get out into the rocks and get a flat. He's always hauling ass.
Truck that we actually hit was a Greer. You know, we followed him for, I don't know, 15–20 miles. The wind was blowing, but the wind was actually blowing towards us, so it made it worse. So we got up on him as fast as we could and gave him a little tap, and he got out of the way, no problem. And then we caught another red truck, I don't know who it was, but you know, almost every truck we caught we had to bump because the dust was so horrible. And San Felipe is not very forgiving of where you pull out. There's a lot of boulders and stuff, so I don't, you know, take that chance going out. I just make them move instead of me, since they can see where they're going and I can't.
Times you're going as you're racing, you kind of get a little paranoid when you feel a slight vibration or maybe a noise, and you started racing through your head on what it could possibly be, and you know, that's a weird moment. Most of the time it is nothing really, but you kind of put a lot of stress on it since you put it together and you're racing and you want to make to that finish line.
Go across the Alamo, sometimes it's kind of boring. You know, 130, you know, it seems fast, but once you're doing it for, you know, 5–10 minutes, it's kind of like, you know, you're just kind of looking at your gauges, just kind of looking around, because it takes a while to get across that lake bed, and there's really not much you can hit out there.
And so I put a lot of trust in Justin when we're going 130 miles an hour in the truck. I mean, you know, I put all my trust in him that he's going to keep us safe, and between he and I, we put the truck together, so we know that we did a good job, and I trust him to go that fast, and it takes a certain person for me to be able to ride with and go that fast and trust as much as Justin.